Hi and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you why the most lazy colleagues, the most lazy people at work are the ones that get promoted very easily to like the top positions. And you that you work so hard, you're sat there thinking, oh my goodness, why is this person getting all these promotions? Look, there's a secret that they have which you haven't got. There's a code that they've cracked which you haven't got. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the 4 secrets that these lazy colleagues of yours have cracked that you haven't. And look, if if you can relate to this, I want you to leave a comment in the comment section and share your experience. Do you have that one lazy colleague who keeps getting these promotions and getting all these praises at work, and the rest of you that work hard are there thinking, what on earth is going on? So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. What are the 4 secrets that these people have cracked? And look, what do they actually do? So before I get started, my name is Melvis. I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner here in the UK. I support with career progression in the UK. So if you are a carer, for example, you're wanting to become, a qualified nurse or whatever you're interested in, I can support you with that pathway. You're already a qualified nurse. You want to progress into senior positions, then I can support you with that journey as well. Because when I started my career in the UK, about 10 years ago, I was a band 1 carer, but now I've been able to progress. So, I have a private coaching program where I support with this. If you check the comment section below, you can see a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, obviously, I send you the best information about career progression, side hustles, visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK. And, if I've got any live sessions going, literally just everything about the goodies of career progression. So you want to check the comment section, join that newsletter right now. So let's get started. Look, like I was saying, these colleagues, they have cracked a code that you haven't. The first thing really is that these people know how to delegate. Look, when you go to work, there are the people that are constantly going to be saying, oh, A, can you help me, to do this? B, can you help me do this? C, can you help me do this? All day, every day at work, they're not doing anything. All they're doing is asking other people to do things for them. Look, delegation skills is one of the most important things when it comes to career progression. In a country like the UK, they consider it as good management skills, which means that the ability to tell a colleague to do something is something that very few people are able to do. It's a skill that not many people have. So while the other colleagues are going to be looking at that and thinking, Melvis is so lazy, why does Melvis keep asking everybody to do everything? She's not even doing any work at all. But look, that's leadership, that's delegation skills. That person is going to come across in the end as having more leadership skills and leadership potential. And this is one of the reasons why these people end up getting all those promotions. And look, they put themselves forward. If there's any opportunity whatsoever, they're the first to go in and put an application in. If there's a manager position or whatever, comes up, they are the first to go and put themselves forward. So that's one of the reasons. And then look, the second thing is that when these people even ask others to do the work, they are able to take credit for this work. They take all the credit for the work. For example, let me just say you're a nurse, for example, you're working on the ward. You will have that nurse who keeps asking everybody to do everything. But look, if the head of nursing is walking down the corridor, they're going to come out and say, look, we've had a really challenging day. We've been short staffed or whatever it is that's happened, or the shift has gone really, really well. And you'll be sat there, you that you're doing the work, you'll be sitting there thinking, Melvis, really? You haven't even done any work. But look, as a good colleague that you are, you won't come out and say that. By so doing, that head of nursing has seen that person, they've heard them say all that, and they're going to be thinking, oh my goodness, Melvis, thank you so much for the great work that you're doing. We really appreciate your effort, and look, keep it up. Again, these people are very, very smart with doing things like this. And like I say, some colleagues think that by doing extra shifts, that means you're working hard. No, it does not help. And that's what I'm saying. For example, in nursing, if your ward is short staffed, for example, and you're like, oh, I'm going to help out, to just do this extra shift because I'm going to be seen to be helpful. Look, these lazy colleagues that I'm talking about, most of them are working part-time. Most of them only work like 20 hours a week, or they only work 24 hours. Very few of these people even do up to 30 hours a week, and they don't do any extra shift whatsoever. And guess what? Nobody ever approaches them to ask them to do any extra hours because they know that they won't do any extra shifts. So the other colleagues who are doing all the extra shifts, doing all the groundwork, literally focusing on everything, they will not get promoted. The only thing you're going to be good at, the only service you're going to be offering will be to work those extra shifts. Yes, if this is something you can relate to, I want you to leave a comment in the comment section. What has your experience been? Where you work? Have you seen any of this happening? Because look, this is what happens all the times in all workplaces. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, it's such a privilege to have you on here. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. And look, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't want you to be a stranger here at all. I want you to be part of this family because I'm all about career progression, the best ways to progress in your career, whether you're in the UK or out of the UK, to make sure that you retire early. Because look, the retirement age keeps going up as well. As much as I'm interested in career progression, I know that I need to be looking for an exit plan as well. And so, I'm going to be bringing you all these opportunities, side businesses, work from home opportunities, online, how you can earn money online in 2023. All these things are a must. You cannot just be focusing on one thing. So when you hit that subscribe button, this is what you're signing up for. Look, and I'm going to be bringing you the best content as far as all these topics are concerned. So like we're saying, this your colleague, they know exactly, that's our next point. They know exactly what the priorities of the boss are. They know exactly what the organizational priorities are. Let me give you an example. If you're a nurse, for example, and the CQC has visited, if the CQC says that you're not performing well when it comes to, say, falls, for example, so patient falls, look, the priority for that organization is going to be to improve on falls. These colleagues who are lazy, they know exactly what the priorities are to focus on. And these will focus on those particular things. And look, not only do they focus on that, but they know how to brand themselves, come out and talk about those things. Because look, when your organization is focused on a particular thing, the staff that understand what the focus is at that time are going to be rewarded. Look, your boss will be so happy with them. They'll be like, oh my God, Melvis, you understand exactly what this is about. Thank you so much for the hard work. Look, we really appreciate it. Keep going. But you that you're on the floor, you're doing everything, you're doing all the work. Nobody sees that. Nobody appreciates that. And by so doing, when it comes to promotions, career progression, you're going to be stuck behind. You'll be stuck behind because nobody's seeing you. Nobody knows what you're doing. You're not discussing with anybody and you're just going to be stuck. And look, these lazy people, like I say, when they come out of the corridor, they're the ones that are going to be chatting with everybody down the corridor. They're the ones that know who has walked into the ward, who has walked out. They're the ones that know all the gossip as well that's going on the ward. They're the ones that outside of work times, they are hanging out with other colleagues, They go out for a drink, they go out for a meal and all that. And look, that's where those bonds are formed. That's where they're building up their personal brand. Because look, those people that don't get promoted, that are actually doing all of the work, they don't build any personal brand at work. People don't even know who you are. Yes, you're doing all the work, but does anybody even acknowledge it? They don't. All you're doing is working extra hours, extra shift. Look, you need to work smart, not work hard. And the workplace rewards people that are working smart, not necessarily people that are working hard. It is a shame, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Those people that when there's going to be a wedding, they're going to be the first to get a wedding invitation. Don't be like, oh my God, colleague X is getting married. They'll be the first to get an invitation. And guess what? They'll be looking for their dress to wear. They'll be looking for their jewelry. At work, they'll talk about the wedding. Meanwhile, the serious people are busy working their heads off. So again, you need to be very smart when you go to work. If you want to be promoted, you need to understand the skills that are needed for you to progress. You need to understand what the organization is focusing on. If you don't understand what the organization is focusing on, look, you're going to be left behind. And even during interviews, because these lazy colleagues, they know exactly what is going on in terms of the organizational structure and what the priorities are. When they go to interviews, they're so good at the interviews. They are really good. They're able to say, look, the CQC visited last time, we had a rating of requiring improvement. And look, I understand that with falls XYZ, this is what we ought to be doing. This is what we've actually been doing. I've been encouraging the staff, to make sure they complete the care plans. They're going to be so good at the interview. But the people who are on the ground actually doing the work, they're going to be left behind. No career progression. You'll be stuck if you're a carer. You'll be stuck as a carer for the rest of your career in the UK. without any pay rise, broke. If you're a qualified nurse, for example, you're going to be stuck as well at band 5 without any hopes of career progression. So like I say, if you haven't joined my newsletter, you need to join that newsletter because, I'm going to be sending you some really helpful tips. And like I say, if you're somebody who is keen on career progression and you actually want those strategies to support you personally and have that individualized support, then you should consider joining my private coaching program, because that's where we'll really be able to interact. We have weekly live sessions. We're able to talk about your own personal circumstances. What do you want to progress into? What exactly do you want to do? What are the challenges that you are facing at this point in time? And what are the strategies that you need to move to the next stage, to move forward? So like I say, these your colleagues, they're going to be liked by everybody. Those lazy colleagues, everybody likes them. You know why? They are very friendly. Like I said, they've built a very good personal brand. When you invite them for a wedding, they'll go. If they invite them for a christening, they'll go. If they're having nights out, they'll be the first day to organize a night out, go out and chill out. They have solid relationships. They know the boss's boss and the boss's boss and the boss's boss, and they literally know everybody. When they go to the ward meeting, they're going to be sat there saying, guys, we've done so well. We need to keep improving. We need to keep doing that. If there's any ideas that anybody needs to bring up, they are the ones that will be talking and bringing up ideas. So those people, they are seen to be very, very helpful within the organization. They are seen to be the pillar of the ward, but the truth is, or of the place, but the truth is, they don't actually do any real work. All they're doing is delegating work to other people, and then that they know how to take credit, for the work. They know how to promote themselves, they know how to brand themselves and be like, oh, even if somebody's done something, they won't give credit to that person. They'll take the credit themselves. So you need to make sure that you are learning the right values when it comes to progressing in your career, especially if you're in a country like the UK. Look, you don't leave any stones unturned. You don't want to get stuck earning a ridiculous amount of money for a ridiculous number of hours. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're working smart. If you want to work hard, it's up to you, but you must work smart. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, these lazy colleagues of yours, they're all going to be promoted right in front of you, and you're going to be like, oh my God, Melvis, I don't know why she's being promoted, but look, she's now the manager. Yes, she's not the manager, and that's what's going to keep happening. You need to learn the skills that you need. You need to learn what is the most important thing. You need to understand your organizational structure. What are they working towards? You need to be able to have a good blend of that social life as well as your professional life and personal life. You cannot be an isolated island at work, because like I say, these people are very, very smart in quotes, and they know exactly what they need to do in order to progress. And look, they only work few hours, but those of you that are spending your time working 60 hours, 70 hours, or the extra hours, you're gonna get stuck there, because look, the only thing those think you're good at is working extra shift. That's not what you want. And these lazy colleagues of yours, they're gonna be getting all the promotion, and look, they will never ever work any extra hours. Nobody will ever even approach them to ask. So like I say, if you like this content, I want you to like the video. It lets me know that you're enjoying content like this and I should do more, because obviously there's been people that are talking about these things. This is something that we've discussed at length in my private coaching program during our weekly live sessions, and people ask about it like, oh, why is it that these people who are so lazy, they're not even doing any work, they're the ones that are getting all the promotions, and then these other nurses who are working so hard, they sacrifice everything, they support the staff, they teach, they do XYZ, yet they don't get promoted. Look, it's because of all these reasons that we've given. It's because those people have mastered all of these skills and all these secrets, that are there. So you want to make sure that you're visible. You need to be visible. Like I said, understand your organizational structure, understand, the people that matter the most. Who are they? Because you don't want to go to an interview and then you will be like, oh, I've worked in this place for 6 years and yet nobody knows who you are. Nobody's ever seen you. It doesn't look good at all. You want to make sure that you are involved. You're actively involved. You're not hiding when those managers are coming. You're hiding somewhere pretending to be so busy. No, you need to come out. Say, good afternoon. How is your day? Have you been busy? Talk to them, and they'll be able to give you some tips as well. And those tips are the things that help during interviews. That's the difference between all these people and everyone else who's just like their stock. So if you haven't joined my newsletter, you want to join the newsletter, hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button because you want to be the first to be notified every single time when I drop a new video on here. Keep watching the videos. I'll see you in the next video. Nurse Mel is here. Bye for now.